Hey guys, so today I am doing a Get Ready With Me clubbing edition. So basically I went clubbing and I filmed myself before. So if you want to know how I achieved this makeup look, you should stay tuned and subscribe for more videos. So the first thing I did is I applied my Smashbox Photo Finish Primer Oil all over my face and I rub it with my fingers. And the reason why you have to put it before you do your eyes is because otherwise you might look greasy when you apply it too close to your foundation. So you have to let it sink in into the skin, and this is why I apply it so soon in the video. Then I'm gonna prime my eyelids with my MAC Soft Ochre paint pot, and I'm gonna set it with some powder. It doesn't matter what powder you use, you just have to set it. And I'm using my Kat Von D Shade and Light palettes for this. Then I'm gonna use my Tarte Pro palette and I'm gonna use the shade Chic. So I'm using it as a transition shade, and the reason why a transition shade is so important is because when you're gonna apply the other shades, it's gonna help blend it together so that all the other shades gonna be blend in that shade. So I'm applying it all over the crease to make sure when I want to blend my other shadows, they're gonna blend flawlessly. Then I'm gonna start the effect I want to create, which is a halo effect. So I'm taking a darker shade, which is the shade Profesh, and I'm applying it in the inner and the outer V of the eyes, and I'm gonna blend it, but not that much because we're gonna blend it after. Then I'm gonna use the shade Mod, which is another darker shade, and I'm gonna do the same thing to create, as I said, the halo effect. I'm gonna make sure it's all blended, but it doesn't have to be perfect yet because we're gonna apply other shadows. I wanted my crease to be darker, so I used the same shade and a more precise brush to go apply it in the crease. I'm gonna apply the shade Vintage in the center of my lid, and I'm gonna make sure, no, I'm not gonna make sure everything is blended because we're gonna blend it after. Then I'm gonna use a burgundy shade named Mod, and I'm gonna apply it in the inner and outer V to darken up the inner and outer V. I'm just gonna blend with my finger the Vintage shade because I thought it was too bright. Then I'm gonna go and make sure everything is blended perfectly. I mean, this is the time where you want to make sure there is no harsh lines. I'm just gonna go with the same shade I used before and make sure everything is like I wanted it to be. So I wanted it more dark, so I went back with some dark shades. No, I'm making sure everything is blended. Now it's time for lashes. So I'm gonna use my Revlon curler and I'm gonna curl my lashes. Once this is done, I'm gonna use both mascara from Maybelline, the Falsies mascara, something like that, and I'm gonna do the first coat with the purple one and the second coat with the red one. Then when this is done, actually my camera didn't film when I applied my foundation, so we're going straight to concealer. I'm using the Shape Tape concealer in the shade Fair Neutral for under the eyes, and for the center of the face I'm using the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer in the shade 01 Chantilly, and I'm gonna blend it with my beauty blender. And the reason why we apply concealer in the center of the face is to brighten up. So I'm gonna make sure everything is blended under the eyes because we don't want any creases during our clubbing night. When everything is blended perfectly, I'm gonna move to contour. So I'm using my ABH contour stick in the shade Shadow, and I'm gonna apply it on my nose, my chin, my forehead, and my cheekbone. And I'm gonna use my beauty blender to blend everything in the skin. And like you can see, you have to dab it and not like to rub it on your skin, otherwise you're gonna move your foundation and not like make the product melt into your skin. So when I'm sure everything is blended flawlessly, I'm gonna move to a spray. So I'm gonna use the Mario Badescu spray, and I'm gonna spray it on my face, so it's gonna make my skin look more dewy. Then I'm gonna use my Cover FX illuminating drops in the shade Moonlight, and I'm gonna apply it on my nose and on the areas I wanna highlight after, so it's kind of a priming highlight. So I'm dabbing it into the skin with my fingers. Once this is done, I'm gonna set my under eyes with my Shade and Light palette from Kate Von D, and I'm using the yellow shade for under the eyes. For my eyebrows, I didn't do something like phenomenal. I just comb them and use my brow definer from Anastasia Beverly Hills in the shade Taupe, and I fill them in. Nothing crazy, just to make them more bold. Then I'm gonna bronze my face with my Too Faced Chocolate Soleil bronzer, and I'm gonna put it at the same place I put the contour stick to make my face more bronzed, obviously. Then I'm gonna contour my cheekbone with my Kate Von D Shade and Light palette, and I'm using the first shade, which is more a cool tone, because I prefer that one, so this is what I'm using. I'm using the same palette to clean my contour, so I'm gonna use the first shade, which is a white shade. Then I'm gonna contour. I'm slightly doing it. I'm just saying I did it, but there's nothing that changed after. Then I'm gonna put some blush. I'm using the Party One that you get at Sephora at your birthday, and I'm making sure everything is blended flawlessly. Now I'm gonna highlight with the Nicole Guerrero ABH Glow Kit, and I'm using the shade Forever Live, and I'm applying it on my cheekbone. Then I'm gonna highlight my nose, my Cupid's bow, and under my brows. I don't show it, but I put the Bare Mineral Gen Nude liquid lipstick in the shade Friendship on my lids, and I used some glitter in my inner corners. Then I'm gonna set my face with the Urban Decay All Nighter setting spray. So this is it for my video. I hope you liked it, and I hope I'm gonna see you in my next video. Bye bye!